Hello everyone, day 17. Our next lesson, I would say, is just another step added to our last lesson, which is day 16. So first, we're going to be combining like terms, and the next one's going to be two-step equations. So let's get started with combining like terms. So combining like terms. So since you guys already know how to identify those, now is the next step. So I'm going to show you an example. So let's say I have 5x to the second, 2a, oh, you're adding. 2a added to 3b added to 3x to the second. Then I have 8a and 5b. First of all, we need to identify all the like terms we have. So I'm just going to circle and I'm going to connect those. So 2a goes with 8a, or I could just rewrite it. It would make it easier. 2a and then 8a. All right. Do we have any other like terms? So I see 3b that goes with 5b. 3b goes with 5b. Is there any other? Yes, we have the last combination here. 5x to the second and 3x to the second. Now, rest is pretty simple. Now we're going to be combining like terms. So when it comes to combining, so we don't do anything to variables. Basically, it's just adding or subtracting the coefficient or the numbers in front. So now when I said 2a added to 8a, so a would stay the same. I'm just adding up these numbers. So 2 added to 8 becomes 10a. Let's move on to b's. Again, b would stay the same, so 3 added to 5 becomes 8. Last one, x squared, the variable would stay the same. 5 added to 3 becomes 8, and done. Here you go. So that's how we deal with combining like terms. Okay, now let's move on to second part of this lesson, which is on two-step equations. Okay, so this is more on finding additive and multiplicative inverse first. But since it's two-step, means you have to do both in the same problem. So let's say you have a problem like I have negative 3y minus 10 and it's equal to negative 16. So anytime you have a number added and multiply at the same time, number added and multiply to the variable. So it's in the problem. It's both happening in one problem. So it means you gotta do both additive and multiplicative inverse both. But keep in mind, we always do additive inverse first. We do additive inverse first. So that's always going to be first. And then we do multiplicated inverse. Okay, that's the last or the second part. So whatever is being added, subtracted to that variable, we get rid of that first. So I see negative 10. This is negative 10. What would be its inverse or opposite? So I would add 10 both sides. So again, I repeat, do additive inverse first. So negative 10 plus 10 would get canceled out. So it's just negative 3y left on this side. And what's on the other side? It's negative 16 plus 10, which is negative 6. Now lastly, and this negative 3 is getting multiplied by y. So I would do its multiplicated inverse. So means I would divide by the same number. So negative 3, y gets by itself. Now negative divided by another negative is a positive number. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. So that's my first example. I have one more. So let's say you have negative x over 5 plus 10 and it's equal to 5. First of all, what do we do? Do we do additive inverse or multiplicated inverse? So we do additive inverse. So plus 10, I gotta do its opposite, which is negative 10, both sides. X over, don't forget the negative, 10, negative 10, and 5 minus 10 would be negative 5. Now next, how would you get rid of this 5, negative 5, which is dividing here? So let's do its reciprocal. So I would multiply by 5 both sides. So if it's dividing, we multiply. If it's multiplying on the top, we divide. So that's how we deal with this. Almost there. This -5 and this -5 would get canceled out, so x stays by itself. Negative multiplied by another negative becomes positive 25. So that's how we deal with two-step equations. So this is all. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.